Greetings ladies and gents, it's Jake here, and I think it's fair to say that the world of the Arkhamverse is chock full of hidden secrets and details. In fact, this series is so massive that a lot of the hidden details have flown under the radar of many caped crusaders. Well, it's time to unpack some more of those secrets now, and what better place to look for secrets than the battleground for Gotham's soul? Before we go any further, I want to thank each and every one of you for helping me surpass 300 subscribers and for your enormous support that you've shown this series. With that being said, everyone get in your Batmobiles and buckle up. This is 5 Secrets of Arkham in Batman Arkham Knight. Here we go. We're going to begin this video by looking at the GCPD lockdown, the Arkham episode starring Nightwing that takes place after the events of the main game. After cleaning house with Penguin's thugs in the very beginning of the episode, your next objective is to proceed to the parked van to search for evidence. Well, if you take a moment to explore the room, you'll eventually come across a large tank with the name Tiny displayed across the bottom. Check it out. Did I scare you? Good. Most of you probably remember Tiny as the shark in Penguin's torture chamber from the museum in Arkham City. How this giant shark made it all the way here across Gotham and into Penguin's clutches again is anyone's guess. All I can say is that if Tiny keeps up this act, Penguin's gonna need a bigger tank. Second on the list, this one is sort of a 2-for-1. We're going to begin inside Elliott Memorial Hospital, the main setting of the Shadow War Most Wanted mission, and the League of Assassins' new hideaway. While in the morgue area, right before going to the main chamber where Ra's al Ghul resides, you'll notice a couple of open body bags. One of the people inside these bags can be identified as James Catterson, who is in fact an environment artist at Rocksteady Studios. Additionally, if you go to this spot in the GCPD, where Officer Owens from the start of the game is finally in control of himself again, you'll notice a wanted poster displaying the name Alec Goldenberg, a senior gameplay programmer also at Rocksteady Studios. It seems that the devs have a habit of tossing around the crew members' names as small Easter eggs throughout the series, and this is just 2 of many. Next up, whenever the Dark Knight is defeated, there are many game over screens that can occur, some featuring Scarecrow, the Arkham Knight, that Joker in your head, even Alfred. Seriously, I'm not kidding about that. One thing you may not be familiar with is a certain game over screen featuring the Joker. Take a listen.
Bats? Bats? Bats!
This is of course a hilarious reference to Metal Gear Solid, where whenever the main character, Solid Snake, is taken out, this classic game over screen will play.
What's wrong? Snake! Snake!
So despite all the havoc Joker wreaked in his day, it's good to know that he at least had a good taste in video games. For our 4th secret, we're going to be looking at the Matter of Family DLC, which stars Barbara Gordon in her glory days as Batgirl. While gliding around Joker's amusement park, if you head between the Ferris wheel and Great White, you'll notice a small air vent which will lead you to a hidden room. Once inside this room, you will find that it is home to none other than Starro the Conqueror, a giant alien resembling a starfish capable of generating countless miniature duplicate spores of itself, which can then attach themselves to humans and take over their mind. Starro was also the first villain to face the original Justice League of America in the 1960s. As for how he ended up in this part of Gotham, your guess is as good as mine. Let's just hope he's secure in that cage. And for our last secret, we're heading to Wayne Tower. We first travel here when attempting to track the Arkham Knight and discover the whereabouts of Barbara Gordon. When entering the tower, one of the things that may catch your attention is an answering machine on the minibar. Going through the messages will provide Easter eggs to various characters in the DC universe, including Vicky Vale, a Gotham reporter, Cassandra Cain, the second Batgirl, Lex Luthor, arch-nemesis of Superman, and Kate Kane, also known as Batwoman. After going through the messages from these 4 characters, you'll receive the 2 following messages from an oh-so-familiar foe.
You have 2 new messages. Bruce, this is your father calling. It's time we had a talk, son. You know, about the dressing up. Next new message. Bruce, this is your mother calling now. I just want to say... Oh, sorry. It's so funny. No, because they're dead.
Now I should mention that it's only possible to receive these messages from Joker if the main story has not been completed, because at that point, Joker will be extinguished from Batman's mind and no longer driving us up the wall by appearing every 5 seconds. But all the way up until that point, Joker can't help himself from poking fun at Batman's tragic past. It seems that even beyond the grave, he simply can't stop laughing. And with that, another episode comes to a close. 5 Secrets of Arkham in Batman: Arkham Knight. Thank you all for staying tuned into this series and constantly giving feedback. Before I sign off, I want to mention that for the next episode, I'll be looping back around to Arkham Asylum and going over 5 more secrets that can be found there and keep the pattern going. Also, if there's another game or series that you'd like to see me do this for, let me know in the comments and I'll take it into consideration. If you enjoyed this episode, please crush that like button. If you have any thoughts, drop them in the comments, and if you want to see more, then please subscribe. Stay safe, Gothamites, and don't forget, be the Batman.